Bangtail Divide has been a particularly meaningful trail to me since I started riding dirt bikes in Montana. It was the first single track I ever rode after purchasing my first bike out here, which was a Suzuki DRZ 400S. At the time in 2017, I considered this trail to be quite difficult and it tested my abilities. I spent the vast majority of my time on this trail in first and second gear. As I progressed throughout the years, that first and second became third and fourth, with portions of the trail where my bike would see that elusive fifth and sixth gear on single track. I began racing myself on this trail, working to beat my past year's time as the snow would melt and every new riding season rolled around. This is the first trail that I ever experienced flow state on a dirt bike. If you've experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'll do my best to describe it. Flow state is where you are absolutely one with your machine. Inputs to the motorcycle come natural without thought. Your finger knows exactly when to retract the clutch lever, your hand knows how far to twist the throttle, your foot clicks the shifter without thought, and your body distributes its weight across the bike exactly as is necessary to ride the bike in such a way that feels perfect in the moment. It is a sensation that feels as if you can do no wrong, where every route lifts your wheel exactly as anticipated, your front tire finds a path through the rocks that is smoother than all the others, and your mind is completely and utterly focused on the trail ahead. Bangtail is special to me because it's been the trail throughout the years that I can consistently find my flow state on. No matter the day I've had, good or bad, Bangtail would always force me into the present with my focus shifted exclusively to the most fun mountain single track I have ever had the privilege of riding. It is the single best mountain flow trail that I have ever ridden. That is, it used to be. For the last 2 years, I have had a vision to create an edit on Bangtail showcasing exactly how remarkable it is. The vision for that edit has continually grown until this year, when I finally developed a plan, scripted the monologue that you just heard, and started the process of selecting points on the trail where we would capture the essence of Bangtail through the thunderous grunt of my KTM 350. Last week, we loaded up our bikes and headed out to Bangtail, excited to enjoy a beautiful evening in the mountains with the intention of finalizing all of the portions of the trail that we would film for the edit. To my shock, the entire trail had been completely changed since I had last ridden it just a month prior. Rocks were removed, routes were flattened, switchbacks were groomed, and every straightaway was replaced with a series of short, flat corners with a tight radius. Bangtail had 3 of the greatest natural berms I have ever hit in my life. They were perfectly formed into the walls of the trail, and no deceleration was required to hit them. You would toss your weight on the seat, kick your leg out, and twist the throttle as far as it would go. Even these berms were covered with debris and their lines were replaced with flat, dull sections of trail. The unbelievable third and fourth gear sections through the trees with perfect whoops, roots, and banks were replaced by cumbersome debris piles that force you around into the new Bangtail. There used to be some natural doubles that allowed you to drop the clutch and twist the throttle to gap sections of trail straight back into flow. Demolished. My biggest question is, why? As a mountain biker as well, I realize some of the ascents will be easier now. But I continually stopped to assess the trail as a mountain biker, and the descent has transitioned from a loose, fast, raw single-track trail in the mountains of Montana to a simple, smooth trail with lots of flat turns that leaves little room for creativity, pace, or flow like the old Bangtail. Bangtail is classified as an epic trail for mountain bikes, and I believe most of what made Bangtail so epic has been lost. A lot of time, effort, and money went into making these changes happen. Bangtail is not a short trail, and the changes require the movement of a significant amount of earth in every portion of the trail. Maybe those responsible for these changes don't understand what makes a trail so great on a dirt bike, Or maybe this is the first push to removing dirt bikes from the trail altogether. Back in July, I set my personal record on Bangtail, not knowing that would be the final time I would ever ride Bangtail in all its glory. There is a 3-mile section of the trail called the Enchanted Forest that has long been one of the best parts of the Bangtail Divide. And for all of the changes that were made, this section of trail still captures the essence of what this trail once was. So while I will forever miss the 16 miles one way of single track perfection, I will cherish the 3 miles that remain.
What do you think of the mountain bike updates to the trail?
It's like they took a decent trail and then just made it one lined with more mud holes and
worse overall.
I don't know.
Overall worse.
I've ridden it a total of 5 minutes so far, and it's just yeah, like what we have going on here. It's just all over the place. Like nobody had an idea of like what was actually supposed to be done and just kind of went for it and made it one lined. And especially back there was like 1 or 2 corners that were just like it's literally the size of a dirt bike tire now, and where it used to be an actual like path, like a rideable trail, now it's just one little mud hole. And it's I don't know.
Still good views though.
Yeah, yeah.
Beautiful thing. Oh, yeah.